Hello everyone, welcome to the Wednesday class. It's great to be back. Thanks to everyone else in the team who's been filling in and keeping the Wednesday classes going. So we're sharing it out much more this year. Hi James, hi Chris. Please say hi on the chat. And we've got point of the week coming up. We're working our way up the conception vessel. And also I've got an energy exercise to do for that. For the point of the week. So what we'll do is it's great to see you too, Liz, Gaia, Simonetta, Gillian, Mary. So we're going to go through some of the questions. I'm going to wait till everyone logs in, and then I'm going to just ask you how you're doing. And I've actually got, like I say, an energy exercise to fit in with the point of the week this week. So let's just find out how you are coping overall. I've got this poll. This is one of the very first polls we did like nearly 3 years ago now, just to check in to see how you're doing. So are you coping well, okay, neutral, stressed, or very stressed? And of course, our idea here is to get you from the neutral up towards the I'm coping well as much as we can using all the techniques we've got available. Okay, so without further ado, it's good to see that there's no one said I'm very stressed at the moment. So we have got a fifth of you saying you're stressed and half of you saying you're neutral. So we'd like to improve on that if we can over the next hour. Okay, great. So it's time to check in, find out how we are, and also which burner we'd like to work on. That's very important this particular week because the point of the week is a very important point for the upper burner. So I've got, like I say, an energy exercise for that and a poll all ready for that. So let's start off doing a whole body scan, and then we'll check in on the burners and see how we're doing. Okay, here we go. Yeah, okay, I've got another poll lined up for that. So here we go. So first of all, let's just see where we're at. Got my piece of paper ready. Let's just take a moment just to check in, see how we are. I'm going to do a whole body scan. So what that involves is basically tuning in, seeing how we're feeling all the way through our whole body. Okay, so we're just going to stand, or you can sit comfortably, and then just going to go above the head here and just scan down through the head. Through the eyes, the ears, throat, neck, shoulders, and then slowly down, checking out the arms, checking out how we're feeling in the torso, and don't forget to go down the back. So we're going to go down through, checking out the spine, checking out the chest area, the thorax, just taking our attention down. I've actually closed my eyes now just so that I can go more internally. Okay, then we get down through into the diaphragm, and then down through the abdominal area. Okay, and then down through into the pelvic floor and the hips, tuning into our hips. And then down through the legs, down to the knees. And then down through into the ankles and feet. Okay, excellent. So let's just take a kind of step back, tune into our whole body, and just see if you can turn that into an image. And then we'll draw that, and that's our whole body scan. And then we'll tune into the 3 burners and see where we're at with that. Okay, excellent. Okay, so there we are. That's the whole body scan done. And now we're going to just turn the page over and draw our 3 burning spaces like this. And we'll scan through and see how we're doing, and then we'll run a poll. Okay, so here we go. Right, before we do that though, what I'd like to do is just tune in and just see how we're feeling in terms of connection to heaven and earth. So do you feel, and we're going to put that on the whole body scan, so do you generally feel, if you tune in just standing, whether you feel really too grounded, in other words, you're kind of going sinking down like this, or do you feel ungrounded, so you're kind of floating up like this, or do you feel nicely in the middle? Okay, we're just going to tune into that feeling. Let's just see, I'm going to just do it myself. Okay, and then what you can do then is get your whole body scan and then just do an arrow on it. So if you feel your energy is going too far up, then you can put a big arrow going this way, like that. Or if you think it's going too far down, like that. Or if it's in the middle, then you can just put a nice balanced line like that and see how you feel. Okay, just gonna get tissue. Right, okay, great. And now let's tune into the 3 burners and see how we're doing. And I'll run some polls and see how we're all doing as a whole. Okay, so here we go. So standing again and tuning in. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes again just to get an internal feeling. We start off with the lower burner, which is from the pelvic floor to the navel and round this way, round into the sacrum. And that's the foundation of the 3 burners. So let's just check in and see what how that feels today. So we're just going to close our eyes. Okay. Okay, so now ideally, if you just close your eyes, ideally what you want is a nice strong feeling in the lower burner, nice and relaxed. And also you want to have the hips quite relaxed and a feeling of connection with the lower burner all the way down the legs and into the feet. So I don't know about you, but I definitely could do it with a little bit of help in that area, which we'll work on a bit later. But that's the lower burner, so just tuning into that. Okay, and then we're going to go up to the middle burner, that's above the navel, and that's below the diaphragm, so that's the liver and the stomach. Ideally, that should feel nice and spacious and relaxed, and quite often you'll find that that'll kind of tense up, especially if you're stressed. So let's tune into that middle burner and see what that's like. Okay. And again, turning that into an image, contrasting it with the lower burner. Okay, excellent. Okay, so now we've got the upper burner, which is basically the heart and lungs. Again, that should feel kind of spacious, shouldn't feel condensed, definitely not too dry or too hot, or too cold actually for that matter. It should be nicely regulated, and kind of like they say, it should be like a mist, so it should be nice and moist and open. So let's just tune into that. We'll close our eyes and tune into the upper burner. Okay, and now we're going to contrast all the 3 burners. Okay, turn that into an image, the 3 burners into an image, and we're going to draw that onto our 3 burner chart. Okay. Okay, excellent. Right, I've got a few polls so that we can really zero in on what we're doing this morning. I'm going to run them. I'm going to first of all ask you a general question about the scan. Now, this is an important question because it will determine a little bit on how we do the exercises. So if I can run this poll, This is which of these best describes your scan. Generally, that's the whole body scan. Does it feel well and balanced, blocked or obstructed, weak or tired, or hot or agitated, or cold or frozen? And if you know any, and those of you who are Shiatsu practitioners or have studied Chinese medicine or been doing this Wednesday class will probably know that what this tells us is whether there's more of an obstruction or more of a deficiency in the group as a whole. And that will indicate a bit on how we're going to do the exercises. Okay, so that's pretty good. Looks like the weak or tired is taking it as nearly half of you tending to be more deficient. So we've got to be a bit careful with the shaking and the vigorous exercises today. Okay, so now looking back to the question about whether your energy is up, down, or just about right. I'm going to run that poll because this will definitely give us an idea of whether we need to do more grounded work or whether we need to do more releasing work in the upper, with the upper spine. So let's just see how we're doing. Look at that. We're best. It's just about neck and neck here. A little bit too much ungrounded. So it looks like we need to do some general work on the alignment. Slightly more deficiency than obstruction. So we want to be a bit careful with your vigorous exercises. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll give you some ideas as we run through. Only one more poll needed, and that is which burner would you like to work on most today, and we'll figure out which one we're going to do. Okay. So which one do you want to work on the most? It looks like it's the return of the middle burner, doesn't it? Look at that. Anyone else like to vote for the burner of the day? Okay, middle burner it is. Although they're pretty evenly spread, I would say. Anyway, those of you who did vote for middle burner, I think I'm in good company there because I think that's probably my burner of choice. Okay, cool. So bearing all that in mind, what we'll do is we'll start off. The main thing I'd like to do today is those of you who feel obstructed to really free you up, but at the same time, if you're feeling tired and deficient, take it nice and easy. Don't overdo the more vigorous exercises, and I'll give you some clues on how you can build up your energy as we work through. Okay, so let's go. So the first thing we're going to do is, and this is particularly for those of us who feel more obstructed, is we're going to do some gentle shaking. Now, if you're feeling a little bit tired, I'm going to take this really easy, like really gentle shaking. If you're feeling more obstructed though, you can do it more vigorously and try and get the energy moving around the body. So let's start. First of all, let's just relax the soles of our feet and let our energy sink down, our awareness down through our legs. And at the same time, we're going to release the base of the cranium and just allow the head to kind of float up. And then we get this lovely feeling of connection between heaven and earth. Another really important thing is to relax the hips. Just tuck this part in slightly and let the sacrum hang down. And then you'll get this feeling, or we will get this feeling of the head floating up, the spine starting to expand out, softening the knees. Okay. And so now let's do some shaking. Now, if you're feeling a little bit tired, I want to keep this really gentle and emphasize the connection with the earth and the heavens opening up. If you're feeling more obstructed up, what I suggest you do is find the place where you feel the most obstruction, breathe into that area, and then start shaking. Okay, so shaking is a really good exercise. It's really good for just getting the qi and the blood flowing through the body. So we're going to just let that go. And the idea is we want to try and get all the joints open and as loose as we can. So as we're shaking, we're imagining all the joints opening out and space being created in the joints. So let's do that with the shoulders, just opening up the joints here, opening up the elbows, opening up the wrists, and then all the little finger joints down into the hands. Okay, now let's get the jaw really released, very important for any tension in the body, especially the jaw is really a real favorite place for tensing up. So we're going to let the jaw hang down. Just let that release. Relaxing the throat. Excellent. Okay, and shaking down. Shaking down. Let's get the whole rib cage moving now. Nice and easy. If you're feeling tired, just really gently. If you've got more obstruction, especially in the upper and the middle bone, you might just want to get that moving a bit more. Shaking that out. And then shaking down, keeping going, shaking down. And let's get those hips really relaxed. Okay, now standing on one leg is a really good thing to do. If you can do that, that's really good. If you might need a chair, you can hold onto a chair. Just get this hip really loose, open it up, relaxing the knees and the ankles. Okay, and then this side. Okay, remember when we did the scan of the lower burner right at the beginning of the session, we were checking out to see how we felt connected to the earth. And we're going to build that up because especially if you're feeling tired, getting that lower burner activated and connecting with the earth is a really, really good idea. So let's just finish the shaking up now. Maybe the whole body now, just to finish up. Get that jaw released. Okay, excellent. So let's just check in again. We're going to close our eyes again. We're going to tune into the lower burner again. Now you'll probably find that it's already starting to feel more connected down into the legs because of the shaking. But we want to really get that much stronger. So let's do two things. Let's get the breathing down into the lower abdomen and then we'll start working on the famous kidney one. We'll get that connected up, get our grounding really solid and get this lower burner as solid as we can. Okay, so shaking out the wrists, rubbing our hands together. Okay, and then placing the hands just below the navel here, one over the other, softening the hips, floating the head up. Okay, let's just take 3 deep breaths and we're going to see if we can get the breath to go down into the lower dantian. And we're going to breathe out slower than we breathe in, okay, which regulates the nervous system. It's very good for increasing the parasympathetic nervous system activation, which is basically gets us chilled out, alert, and kind of relaxed. So let's do that, keeping the shoulders relaxed. We're going to breathe in. Imagine the breath going down here, relaxing the diaphragm downwards, letting this come out slightly. Hold it. Relax the hips, connect down into the floor. Very good, okay? And now slow exhalation. And relaxing. Okay, great. Let's just do it 2 more times. Breathing in. Holding the breath. And then slow exhalation. Okay, one more added thing to the exercise. We're going to imagine light coming in with the breath, and this time we're going to hold the light with our mind in this lower burner area. Okay, so let's check in with that. Okay, so here we go. Breathing in, bring the light in with the breath. Make sure you're filling it out into the lower back as well. Holding it, relaxing the hips. Slow exhalation. Okay, excellent. So now let's activate this lower burner. We're just going to rotate our hands around CV4 and 6, just below the navel here. And at the same time, we're softening the hips and we're imagining energy coming down the arms, down our arms, opening up the shoulders, opening up the elbows and the wrists, and imagine that energy going deep into the lower burner. Very good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is soften the hips even more, open up the knees and the ankles, feel the connection between the lower burner and the earth below us. Okay, very good. Now we're going to put in the breathing, nice easy lower abdominal breaths, long exhalations. Okay, all essential stuff for getting the parasympathetic nervous system to activate, giving us that deep sense of kind of rest and recuperation. Very good. Okay, now if you can do this comfortably without affecting your shoulders, this is a great tonifying point for the lower burner again, bladder 23. That's right in the middle of the waist here, backs of the hands circulating, imagining energy from the backs of the hands going into the lower burner again. So imagine it coming through into here. Okay, excellent. Okay, so now just a little bit of a shake, and then we're going to close our eyes, tune into the lower burner, and then tune into our connection down from the lower burner and into the legs. And I think you'll agree that's much better, it's much stronger, and it's much more a feeling kind of connecting downwards into the earth. So now what we need to do is open up kidney 1, and we'll be well on the way to getting the lower burner established before we work up to the middle and the upper burners. Okay, so let's do it. I've got my chair right here, ready to go. So let's see what we can do here with kidney 1. Cold feet. Okay, so I'm going to try and get these feet warmed up. I'm going to open up the foot like this. If you're feeling more obstructed, by the way, especially if it's a middle burner, if you're a middle burner person, you're feeling more kind of blocked, here's a really good tip. You want to open up the liver channel here by stretching the foot out this way. In fact, the stomach channel and the liver channel run along the front of the foot. So basically they're middle burner channels. So you might want to just do that first. Okay, and then let's just tap kidney 1. Remember where it is, which is 1/3 of the distance down the midline of the foot. So I'm just going to give that a good tap. Holding on to kidney 3 with my thumb, like that, that's behind here. Pressing in. Excellent stuff. A bit more, I think. Just a little bit more. Okay. Warming up the foot. Oh, there it is. Excellent. So let's try the other foot. Same thing again. We're just going to stretch it open this way, just in case we need to open up any of the middle burner channels this way. And then it's time for kidney 1. Okay, and again, I'm holding kidney 3 with this thumb just to open up the kidney channel here. There we go. Just doing a little bit of work around these channels on the front here. That's it. Very good. Okay, so let's see how we're doing. Okay, so now it's time to check out the effect of kidney 1 and the connection with the lower burner. So let's see what's happening. Again, just shaking out gently. Let's place our hands on the lower burner again, on around CV4, CV6, and then close our eyes, and there we have it. That's the feeling we want. You feel that activation of kidney 1. You can feel a really strong connection through the legs, through the hips, and a really stable feeling in the lower burner. That's a really good idea because it's really good, especially for tonifying the energy, and it also provides a foundation for releasing any obstruction in the upper burner and the middle burner. Excellent. Okay, well done. So now let's build on that. Let's just do a little bit of tapping. Again, if you're feeling a little bit tired, you might want to sit down and do this, or maybe just very lightly tap, but we're just going to activate the kidney channel. We're going to up the kidney channel and down the bladder channel. So we're going to start off just behind the ankle here, kidney 3. Again, you can do the sitting down on a chair. If you're feeling very tired, you might just want to hold or tap very lightly. Up the kidney channel, which is along the inside back of the leg. We come up here into the lower dantian, and then round onto the sacrum, and then tapping down the bladder channel. And then up the kidney channel like this, round, down, and up again, and then down. Okay, and this is the pathway that will connect up kidney 1, which is the point that we use mainly for grounding down, but also bringing the energy up through the body, through the bubbling spring. Feel the connection between that point and the lower dantian. A bit of a shake out here. Okay, let's just check in one more time before we move up into the middle burner and the upper burner. So hands on the lower burner, on around CV4, CV6, just below the navel here. There we have it. That tingling feeling you can feel, that's the kidney channel being opened up. And you see how that makes it even stronger, the connection down into the earth. And an even stronger feeling of stability in the lower burner. And if you're feeling tired, low energy, if you just did that exercise, even for like 10 or 15 minutes a day, anytime during the day, you'll find that that will help your general energy levels, regulate your nervous system and everything. Okay, so here we are. We go up to the middle burner, which was burner of the day. I think that I'm right in saying that. Yes, 40% voted for the middle burner. Okay, the middle burner is usually associated with obstruction, although it can also be deficient as well. So again, it depends what you drew when you drew your middle burner. If you drew a kind of weak area, you want to try again, tonify that up as we work. If you're anything like me, you want to release this a bit more, then obviously work it a little bit more vigorously. We've got the liver and the stomach, meridians, organs here. So twisting and opening up the sides of the body are all exercises that are really good for the liver. So let's start off with the twisting exercise, feet shoulder width apart. Keep the knees and the hips really relaxed. We're going to establish that connecting down, that earth connection down. Head is floating up, okay? We're looking at the horizon level, and then we're turning like this, okay? Now again, if you're feeling tired, you want to take it nice and easy, keep breathing. If you're feeling a bit more obstructed in the middle burner, then we can make it a bit more vigorous, and we can tap the sides of the body as we go around. And this is a really good way of working any obstruction in the middle burner. Okay? Looking towards left and right. Excellent. Okay. Okay, so now let's work round the meridians, and we can do a continuous circuit of the channels for the middle burner. That's basically the stomach, the spleen, the liver, and the gallbladder. Again, if you're feeling tired, keep that low abdominal breathing. Keep it nice and relaxed. If you want a bit more vigor and you want to release this a bit more, then we can just tap a little bit more vigorously and a bit faster. Okay, so let's start off here in the middle burner. We're going to go down the stomach channel. So this is around here, just on the edge of the abdominal muscles here. Okay, so we're going to go down the front outside of the legs, down to the knees, down to stomach 36, down to the ankles, and then we're going to come up the spleen channel here on the inside the legs, and we're going to go back up to here. Okay, just go around that 3 times. We're going to go down the stomach again. And again, what I'm doing now is I'm just seeing if we can find any places that feel like it's really affecting this middle burner here. Let's just see what happens. Okay, down we go. Yeah, okay, excellent. Just going to do one more for luck. Up to the middle burner, and then we go from here more on the sides. This is the liver and the gallbladder channels. Whoa, here we go. Down into the right into the hips, into gallbladder 30. Keeping the hips nice and relaxed. Down the outside of the legs. Got gallbladder 34 here, just around the knees. And up. Round and down. Okay, excellent, and shaking out. Very good. Okay, so let's just do liver and gallbladder stretch. Again, if you're feeling a little bit tired, you want to take it really easy, emphasize the breathing, and if you want more vigor, then you just stretch it a little bit more. But we hold the side of the body, breathe in, breathe out, and go like this. Very simple, holding the side of the body, this is the gallbladder channel, breathing in, breathing out, and stretching open, feeling the stretch between this leg and this hand here. Try and keep it within that plane, nice and easy. And then the other side. Okay, and we just do 3 times, so we go the other side again. One more each side, breathing in, breathing out slowly, opening up and stretching the whole side of the body. That's the gallbladder channel. Okay, brilliant. Okay, a little bit of a shake out again, and let's check in. So we've got a nice feeling of connection. We're just going to close our eyes again and tune in now to the middle burner and the lower burner. And what you should feel is the middle burner should feel a little bit more activated, a little bit more free moving. Lower burner still nice and steady, connected down through kidney 1 and into the earth. And that's the lower and middle burner. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip straight to point of the week. And the reason for that is because I thought it'd be a really interesting experiment to see the action of the point before we do any work on the upper burner. And in fact, the poll I've got will help us guide the exercises depending on what happens. So let me just quickly put the slides up. Aha, okay, interesting. Slides are not coming up. All right, okay, never mind. I'll show you the picture in the book. I've got my book here. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at Ren 17, which is Shangzong, which is this point here. Ren 17, and it's this point right in the middle of the chest here. Okay, and it's one of the most major points of the body, and it's got a particular effect on the upper burner. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an energy exercise, and then I'm going to run a pole which links to all the energetic actions of Ren 17. Okay, Ren 17 is as I say, a really important point. Okay, I'm going to just leave the stage for a second, and then I'm going to just see if worked. I got it to work. Brilliant. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. I just went out slightly to get the slides up for you. Okay, so here we go. I'm here. I just wanted to get the slides up because it's such a great picture, this one. There we are, look. Yeah, it regulates, unbinds the chest, descends rebellion of the lungs, the stomach, and it benefits the gathering of the Qi. So it's a really powerful point right in the center of the chest. It's very easy to find. It's on level with the nipples, right on the sternum there. So here we go. What we're going to do is we do an energy exercise, and then I'm going to get you to tune into what happens to your energy as we do it. And then I'm going to run a poll, okay? And we'll just go back and look at the actions of it. Okay, so it's a kind of a tricky point. It's not the sort of point you really want to do doing on. So we're going to actually do an energy projection exercise just with one hand. We're going to get you to energize the hand. We'll place the hand on the CV17 point, which is right in the middle from the diagram. Remember where that is, right on the sternum. And we'll see what happens to the energy of the upper heater. Okay, are you ready? So first of all, we're just going to stand, shake out. There we go. Here we are. And now we're going to close our eyes, tune into the upper heater. Okay. Rub our hands together to get them nice and warm. Okay, we're going to place one hand down by our sides. The other hand, we're going to activate CV17 by doing self Shiatsu. So we're going to bring the hand up. We're going to keep it as relaxed as we can. Keep no tension in the arm. Bring the hands up. We're going to place the middle finger right on CV17. Have you got it? Right on the flat bit there of the sternum. You can usually feel it pretty easily. Okay. Close our eyes. Gently press into the point. And then keeping the arm completely open. Imagine energy from the arm going down into the point, deep into the point, and deep into the chest. Okay, now we're going to hold that point for a few seconds. And what I'd like you to do now is, as we're holding that point, tune into your upper heater and just see if you can feel a movement of energy. There's several things that can happen. The most common thing that will happen is you'll just feel a kind of like gathering, inward gathering of energy. So you just feel like the chest is the energy is gathering in the chest, it's moving inwards into the chest. Or you may feel the opposite. You may feel that the energy is spreading out, okay, but it's moving outwards. Okay, or you may get an upward or downward movement. Okay, so just tune in and just see it for a moment, what the effect of that is. Okay, and then we're just going to relax, bring the hands to the side. Okay, excellent. Okay, so now I'm going to run a poll and just see, and then we can link that with the action of the point. Okay, so here we go. This is one I prepared earlier. Okay, when you work CV17, what happened? Did you get this gathering, moving inwards, filling up feeling? Did you get more of a dispersing outwards feeling, or did you feel your energy going downwards? And that in itself, or you may feel something else, but they're the three main actions. And whichever action you felt tells you and me a lot about what's happening in your upper heater, which we're going to now link into the final stages of the exercise. Okay, now look at this, very interesting. You see, we've got 50% of you felt that gathering feeling, 15% moving outwards, that's the unbinding function, and 14% felt a downward action. Okay, excellent. So we've got like about 75% of you felt one of three of the classical actions, and I'm going to put the slide up again just to hope it works this time. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so if you felt the gathering in, which most of you did, the 53%, that's the gathering of Qi. That's one of the main functions of CV17, and that's a strengthening feeling. If you felt tired and deficient at the beginning of the session and you felt this gathering thing, that is super cool, okay, because that's tonifying the upper heater, which is really good for the breathing, regulates the heart rate and all the rest of it, okay. The other function is when it moves out, that's the unbinding function. So if you've got tension or obstruction in the upper heater, that point helps, amongst other things, to release and unbind the chest. Okay, and the downward action, it descends rebellious lung and stomach Qi. So if you're feeling a bit anxious, or maybe your breathing's not very good and you're feeling energy going up the body, particularly if you felt you were ungrounded at the beginning of the session, maybe a bit tired or obstructed, and you've got that action, which is 16% if you did, then that shows you that that's the dominant function. Okay, and if you've got anything else, then you can put that in the chat and Dinah can work it out. Watch what's happening to you. Okay, excellent. Wasn't that interesting? I thought that's so fascinating. And it's so interesting that the gathering function was by far the most important, which kind of fits with the dominant poll that we had about the deficiency in the group. So what I thought we'd do now is do exactly what we need, which is to regulate the upper burner. And we can use the CV17 as this kind of central point there. We're going to use the lungs and the pericardium channel, which all connect to. This is actually an associated point for the pericardium channel. So let's do it, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to breathe energy and breath into the upper burner. We're going to tonify the lungs and the heart protector channel to activate the upper burner. So let's do this. Let's close our eyes, tune into the upper burner. Okay, now what that should feel like is it should feel nice and free, but kind of strong as well, but then kind of spacious as well. So let's see if we can activate that. And what we're going to do is we're just going to lightly tap CV17 to activate the point. Closing our eyes, just activating that point, feeling the connection with the upper burner. Okay, and once you feel you've got that point really humming away, we're going to go up here into the upper chest and down the heart protector channel, which is right in the middle of the arm, going down towards the middle of the middle finger. Okay, and then we go back up here, and then round. Okay, and then up, back. Okay, again, if you're feeling very tired, you may want to just grasp the channel like this to tonify it more. or you might just want to do very light tapping just to activate the channel. It's up to you. Okay, so here we go. I'm going up the triple heated channel just to create a circuit. There we go. Just one more time. Very good. Okay, so now we're doing the same thing on the other side. We're just going to tap CV17 just to activate it. Just gently tapping it just till you feel a sensation there. And then onto the pericardium channel. There we are, excellent. Okay, very good. So now let's just do a nice stretch, and then you'll feel this connecting in with CV17, because as we do this stretch, stretching up the middle finger, what that does is it opens up the heart protector meridian, and that connects directly with CV17. Now, I'll just show you what it means. So breathing in, bring your awareness into here. Okay, breathing out. Feel that connection all the way from CV17 out into the middle of the hand there. What a great stretch. Okay, and then just relaxing, breathing in. Okay, and then breathing in. Okay, excellent. So now the other important channel for upper heater is, of course, the lungs. So what we're going to do is do a nice stretch for the lungs, aiming for the thumbs here, breathing in, breathing out, stretching up and back. Breathing in, breathing out, up and back. One more, breathing in, breathing out. Okay, excellent, shaking out. Okay, so let's just get that. Oh, it feels so great. It feels really good here. You can feel this movement right the way down here. So now let's just open up the lungs, just tapping here, right on the shoulder, below the clavicle, right on the front of the shoulder there. Okay. And then down towards the thumb, that's the lung channel. And then just for a circuit, just to make a circuit, we'll come up the yang channel, which is the large intestine, up this way. Okay, so back here, lungs. There we go. Down. Very good for the breathing. And go down and round. And then brushing off. Excellent. Okay, and then the other side. Real good upper burner workout here. Getting some Qi into the upper burner. Again, very, very good. If you're feeling fatigued, you really want to get that upper burner working, because bringing the breath in is so important to general fatigue levels. So really start opening up the lungs here. Very good. Okay, cool. Okay, so now let's see what's happened to our upper heater now. I'm just going to close our eyes again. Okay, now you probably still feel CV17 humming away there. Nice feeling of openness this way, that's the pericardium channel. And a general feeling of warmness around lung 1, and that's a really good activation for the upper burner. So let's check in with the other burners. We're going to go back down into lower burner now, just making sure that we've got that softening in the hips. Kidney 1 is open, connecting down into the earth. Very good. And then relax middle burner. Nice easy breaths, relaxing it all. And then we've got that lovely activation for the upper burner. Okay, brilliant. So now there's only one thing we need to do, and that's to make sure that we've got this connection with heaven and earth nicely balanced. And to do that, we really need the celestial pivot point around the neck. We really want to open up the neck. So let's do that as part of our head and face routine and our yang channel routine. We'll get that opened up and then we should be good to go for a week. Okay, so let's start off by just tapping around the forehead. Over the top of the head, down the bladder channel. And then the sides. We can press in here, pressing the temples. And then round. Okay, and this is where we can get into bladder 10. Really important point for the whole spine. It's just on the back of the neck here. If you feel the base of your cranium, just to the outside of this muscle here, the top of the trapezius muscle, and if you press inward, okay, just like this, nice and open. And as we do that, we float the head up and release the head upwards. That will help us with connecting heaven and earth. So I'm just going to squeeze down here as well. Squeezing down the neck, tapping around here. You can even tap if you like, or squeeze. Getting that bladder channel open in the neck. Excellent. Okay, we'll bring the heels of the hand out a little bit further into the gallbladder channel, the liver channel, in the neck. Okay, and then we can do the front channels, which are basically the stomach and large intestine channels. But before we do that, let's just make sure we get these sinuses activated. Wiping the eyes. Working the sinuses. I'm using the fingertips here right on the top of the like that, and then this thumb goes underneath here. There's some good points all around here. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, bit of expelling of wind there, the coughing, and then just around the jaw, around the lower jaw. Remember this point? Welcome smell, really good for the clearing the sinuses and helping with breathing. And then the ears. And then once we've cleared this out, then it's time to go down the stomach channel, which is down the front of the body, and just pinching it here. Okay, very good. Okay, so that's cleared out the yang channels of the head. We just need to shake them down. Probably a good idea just to tap the top of the shoulders if you've got any obstruction there. And then just brushing off down the outside of the arms, brushing off down the outside of the legs. And then finally, if you'd like to do a little bit of work on the spine, tapping as far as we can this way. And then picking up the bladder channel as far as we can, high as we can here. And then working down into the sacrum and then brushing off. Just to open up the spine as much as we can. Difficult bit, you can just about reach it here, is this bit here, of course, just a little bit difficult to get to that bit. Of course, if there's two of you in the room, you can help each other by tapping either side of the spine. Oh, okay, amazing. Okay, that's really good. Right, excellent. So now we've opened up this, we should be able to get ourselves nicely balanced between heaven and earth. So let's just check the 3 heaters and then we'll do some breathing exercises just to bring it all together. So lower burner, feet, softening the hips, feeling the connection down into the earth through kidney 1. Nice easy breaths. Okay, middle burner, breathing into the middle burner. Slow exhalation, relaxing all around the diaphragm. Okay, and point of the week, CV17, breathing into the chest area. Imagining energy coming into the whole lungs and heart area. Holding it and slowly breathing out. Okay, what a great feeling, isn't it? Okay, so now finally, let's see if we can get ourselves nicely balanced. We've got that kidney 1 connection, we've released here, so we should be able to just do some nice easy breaths and float the head up, open up kidney 1, extend our awareness up towards the heavens and down towards the earth to give us that real feeling of stability and kind of calmness related to the earth, movement related to the heavens. Let's just do a few breaths like that. Breathing in, breathing out, floating the head up, sinking the energy down at the same time, extending the spine. Excellent. Okay, let's just do that 2 more times. Breathing in, floating the head up, extending the energy down into the earth at the same time, extending the spine. Long exhalation. Okay, and then 1 more, breathing in. Okay, excellent. How are we doing? Excellent. We've just got 2 more minutes left. Just like to do this Tai Chi exercise, which brings it all together. Again, feet shoulder width apart. And so we're actually moving now with the breath. So we're breathing in, softening downwards, okay, and then breathing out, floating up. Okay, so breathing in, sinking downwards, breathing out, floating up, releasing the spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, you can see how that long exhalation is just calming the whole nervous system down. The movement also helps, the coordinated movement, breathing in, breathing out. Just do 2 more, breathing in. Breathing in. Okay, and then just experiencing that lovely feeling poised between heaven and earth. The lower burner nicely solid, connecting down through the legs into the earth. Middle burner lovely and free. And point of the week, CV17, still humming away, giving us that amazing feeling in the upper burner. There we are. Okay, thank you very much, Dinah, for looking after the chat. I'm just going to quickly have a look at the chat. There we go. Great. Okay, excellent. So some really good feedback. Okay, thank you so much. Really enjoyed that, and so interesting getting the energetic action of those points, especially in a group, because you can get a really good feel for the energetic actions. Have an amazing week. I'm going to put a heart in the chat, and we're going to be totally grounded, all our burners regulated, sail through the week in a completely regulated fashion. Okay, thank you very much. Time to go, and enjoy your week. See you, and you'll see another one of the member of the team for another Wednesday class session next week. There we go.